And welcome back aboard Blerd Force One with your boy Mo and your girl Polly. And this is the Supercast. The Supercast, where we talk about all things superhero and pop culture media, and that's, of course, movies, TV shows, video games, comics. And we talk about the news, do some speculation, all of that good nerdy stuff. And I just want to say, we're in the Christmas season. You can't really see it, but look at SpongeBob says, "Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas," because that's
It's not
how.
a superhero Christmas season,
Yeah,
though.
it's yeah, of course. There's plenty of superhero stuff, Christmas related. I Some of you guys missed out on the Nerd and Chill last week, where me and Claude, the from the mighty Earth's Mightiest Nerd Discord, we rewatched the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. It was actually it's really good. That's a really good. It's a really good thing.
Too damn early
uh,
for that. I watched it on Christmas yesterday.
it's look, it's a really fun one, and I enjoyed hanging out. So we're gonna repeat that. We're gonna nerd and chill tomorrow when this posts. We're gonna nerd and chill, and we're gonna watch Hawkeye because it is a explicitly Christmas themed superhero thing, and we love it. People that talk shit about it when it came out, you're wrong. So anyway,
No,
but
that's true. That's true.
yeah, but you guys welcome into the show. And Polly, of course, you're over there. You're looking very festive, by the way.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
you got where's Lockheed? Did you put a Santa hat on Lockheed?
Well, he no, he didn't get a Santa hat. He just, flew about his business
Yeah,
because, well, he has to deliver presents.
of course. So how you been and what you been up to that's nerdy?
Pretty good. I've been reading comics, playing Marvel Rivals, which is celebrating its birthday. It was released December 6th last year,
Mm,
so it's the anniversary, and there are gifts and presents and stuff like that. Discounts on Black Friday, which is, that's my nerding on a budget this week. I bought some costumes
nice.
for my characters. So yeah, it's been pretty great.
Nice. Um, are you into Stranger Things? Do you watch Stranger Things?
I do, yeah, but I think I watched like the last season, and then I'm waiting for the whole season to come out
Oh,
before
okay.
I watch it, because I hate that thing where Netflix breaks it up into several parts and then you forget. By the time the second one is released, you forget what happened in the first one, and I have a hard time remembering what happened in the last season as is. So
Right.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna create more troubles for myself now.
well, that's one of my nerdy things I did this week. My daughter is a huge fan of the series. So am I. Like I really enjoyed the series. We rewatched season 4 leading up to the drop of the first half of season 5 on the day before Thanksgiving. And then we watched it. So I'm caught up on it. Great first 4 episodes, excellent. I'm loving it. They're sending it off in style. A lot of cool stuff is happening. It's like any story that's coming. It's pulling into the station, so to speak. It's starting to do all the cool stuff. Like you know how at the end of a superhero movie, all right, now some dope shit's about to really go down. They've built up the characters and they got all the stories. Now it's time for kicking ass, and they're starting to do
Wait,
it.
are you saying that before that they under-delivered in some way?
Oh no,
Because I wouldn't agree
definitely
with
not.
that.
Well, no,
They
definitely
had
not.
some epic battles.
Each season they have their own little thing. But what I mean is that this is the final act of the story, and therefore all of the cool shit is starting to come down. It really is. I don't want to spoil it, but fourth episode of this, some really cool shit happens. Like really, really, really cool shit happens. I'm loving it. I think that it's been a few years, but worth the wait. So I can't wait for the next one, which is coming out, I believe, Christmas Eve. Definitely ready to watch that, and then the finale on New Year's Day. Which, by the way, I want to complain, only slightly. It is playing in theater at the AMC theater here in my town, but it is excluded from A-list. And by the way, it's full up too. Like people are on top of it. I have A-list, and I'm like, I am not paying extra for this. I love this show, not enough to do that. And I paid $20 for a ticket, so I'm gonna be watching on Netflix. I know, hypocritical of me, I say theater first, but like I paid $27 a month for A-list. I expect to be able to watch any fucking movie. So either way, very very good time for me. In addition, I've been playing Marvel Cosmic Invasion, the new beat 'em up. And that you notoriously are confused about how to play. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna get you right.
I do not have a controller. I am not buying a controller for that.
You can play on keyboard, I guarantee you. But either way, I've been playing a bit of that. I'm gonna review the little bit I have played at the end of this episode. So that's a good time. And also, I did not earn on a budget with that one. I bought a day. Do you know how abnormal it is for me to buy games day one? Pretty much never. Basically never. I mean, I'm cheap, but
here I am. I pre-order games.
Well, I paid the $27 to pay to buy it, and I'm not mad about it. It's been pretty fun. I can tell, and it's a pretty expensive game. So, but anyway, I'll let you guys know more about how I feel about that near the end of this episode. And of course, it isn't a day on the Supercast, especially during this time of year, if I'm not nerding on a budget. So we got to do, Polly. We got to go nerding on a budget. And you know what? I'm pretty proud. I'm pretty proud of myself this week. I am, because I have been going to Ross, and I talk about Ross all the time, the store that always has stuff, and they have been. It's a drought out there. They have tons of toys that I don't care about and I don't want. They even have some kind of.
I told you. You gave them too much exposure. Now people are going and buying off everything, and now you can get stuff.
I can't even say that that's true.
You brought it on yourself.
It's been. I've been finding stuff. I found, like, I'm really into the Star Wars Black Series figures now because of them. But they have not had really any Marvel Legends or DC Multiverse figures like I wanted. They didn't even have Ninja Turtles really, but they've been having some other things. Like I found some things, but I finally hit on them this week. But I do want to show y'all what I got from Ross and from Amazon. I also got some cool stuff from Amazon. So let me show you what I got. This is my good friend. Can you see him? I don't know if I gotta make sure the glare is not there. That's Jedi Master Saul from the Acolyte. I have 5 Acolyte figures. It's pretty cool. It was $8. I also, before I get to all the cool stuff, I gotta move some stuff around. I got too much stuff. I'm really getting a bunch of these. I keep finding these. A 4D build. So this not TIE Fighter.
This not very cool.
X-Wing. And this was $8. The package kind of beat up, but I don't care about that because I'm gonna take it out and put it together. So I'm gonna have like a hell of a display. I have to. That's the whole point. Also,
well, knowing you could have just displayed it as.
I would just display the box. Yeah.
Just
nail
it to a wall.
Speaking of something else that's dope, look at that! I got this from Amazon. I believe this was $6.50. So and if you see, it also has a stand to display it on. So I'm definitely,
nice.
These are pretty cool. Like I said, I have one. You can kind of see it back there. That Spider-Man head. That's one of these 4D builds. And I got some other ones. Like last week, I got a Darth Vader helmet one. I'm gonna put them all together, and between that, so I got the Infinity Gauntlet. I have a Darth Vader helmet. I have the Mjolnir, and now I have a TIE Fighter. I'm not TIE Fighter, an X-Wing. So
X-Wing.
I'm like really, I'm getting into these. So, like when they're cheap like that. I'm still mad at myself. They had a Black Panther one that was $5, and I forgot to buy it before it went back to a regular price. So disappointed in myself. I could have had T'Challa's disembodied face just sitting back there, just staring at me imperiously. So All right, so this is one I'm very proud of, just because I found this. I don't want to say on accident. It was serendipitous. I went to the store before I had to go to work, and they just happened to have these guys hanging out for $14.
Yay!
Arnim Zola and Baron Zemo.
The sock on the head guy.
Yeah. And I'm going to take these out of the package. Well,
Thank God.
Unless I can find a way to display them. I actually really like. Look at that pack. I really like this package. Like, I really do. I almost don't want to take them out. If I can figure out a way to display them. But you have to. But that's very cool. $14. That was a huge. What a great deal. Now these two are not as good deals, but they're still decent deals. So I got from Amazon for $12. Good old Ooh. Agatha Harkness, yes. And I love this one. Everyone's favorite MCU nerd. Good old Kamala Khan. Yes, Miss Marvel herself. And with a flirkin. Now, just because, look, I can't display those. They're just cardboard boxes. They're plasticless. You know, I don't love the way they look, just the boxes. So I decided to take them out and let you see what they look like. Look, she's ready to cast some, and of course the glare from my lights. Let me see if I can get some of that so you can actually see the face sculpt.
Oh,
a very nice face
pretty
sculpt.
Good, yeah.
And very like good. I like this a lot. She looks good. She's gonna go back there on the display. And I gotta show you Kamala Khan. Again, let me see if I can keep the glare off the face so you can see the face sculpt. There we go.
Uh-huh.
One of these days, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the lighting right. There you go. See, pretty good face sculpt. I like this one a lot, and also comes with the little flirkin. Let me see. Grab the flirkin so you can see. Oh, adorable! Look at how adorable is that? Who wouldn't want that lurking around the house?
Flirking around the house.
Flirking around the house, exactly. So that's my nerding on a budget for the week. Come back next week because I got a ton of stuff coming in the mail. It's is it
still considered to be on a budget when you?
I mean, there's a budget involved. There's a budget involved. It's kind of.
It's in the title.
Yeah, but did you see that empty space right there? All of that is about to get filled in. I'm about to fill all of that in. Like, I don't know. I'm on a mission to just make sure that an entire wall is made up of Funko Pops. It's about to happen. So you guys stay tuned next week. So anyway, that's all of our nerdy stuff for the week. So let's talk about what we're going to be getting into. Of course, we're going to talk about the news. There's a decent amount of stuff, and mostly small things. It is near the end of the year. We're not going to get huge things. And this isn't even one of our items, but I know we're anticipating the the Doomsday trailer, which is apparently going to show in front of
not just Avatar. Mix up Doomsday.
Yeah, in-game Doomsday. Doomsday's is going to be playing in front of Avatar, which I have my ticket for, so I'm ready for that.
I'm not buying a ticket for that.
And in fact, if I'm not mistaken,
I'm still mad about the previous movie.
I mean, I like the movie. I like the Avatar movies. Are they breaking new ground? Are they breaking new ground? Are they narratively very simple?
No.
Are they narratively like a little pandering? Sure. I still like them. I like the movies.
No, pandering I'm fine with, but like the ridiculousness that was the second movie.
Look, it was underwater.
That did not need to exist.
It
had a clone.
I mean, every
of the character you did not miss.
Look, I'm not. We'll table this discussion for another. I'm not. The thing is, I like the movies. I'm looking forward to this next one. It may be the last one because it was so damn expensive that they need to make a $2 billion to justify the next one. But most importantly, the Doomsday trailer is going to be in front of it. So we will, of course, that comes out in a couple weeks. So, we'll talk about it then. By then, I'm assuming you're going to get to see it, even if you don't pay for a ticket. So,
there is another problem. Like, even if I paid for a ticket and went to see it, there is no guarantee that they're going to show the trailer, because they do have that deal in America, but I'm not sure about everywhere else.
It's going to get
different.
It'll be leaked. We'll talk about it then. But so yeah, our news for this week. One, we're gonna shout out a fellow Blerd, Ernie from BlerdWithoutFear, and he had an announcement that's really cool. We're also gonna talk about James Gunn fact checking in real time. Caleb McLaughlin of Stranger Things talks about his dream role for the MCU. Let's guess who it could be. I guess one of the stars of Supergirl got in some trouble. What's going on there? We get some posters for The Boys season 5, the final season. Some more drama within the Paramount, not Paramount, the WB Discovery sale. Look, the mommy and daddy are fighting, y'all. We're gonna have to see what there's going on there. Then the big news that sort of like dropped out of nowhere yesterday about the Batman 2 and an unexpected name that is going to be attached to it. Then we're going to just kind of do a quick review of the new Krypto Saves the Day short, and I'm going to talk about how I feel about Marvel Cosmic Invasion. So lots of stuff. You ready to jump into this? Yeah.
I am.
Oh, and of course, before we do that, we got to do your comics. Yeah, definitely. I was about to be like, I know I'm missing something. We got to do your comics. So before we do all of that news, we're going to talk about Polly's comics, because every week, of course, we know that. Whoops, wrong one. Polly has issues, and also she reads comics. So this is where Polly talks about the comics she has been reading this week, and she lets us know how she feels about it, and if we should be reading them too.
I can let you know how you'll feel about it.
Yes. So, Polly, you have issues, so go ahead and take it away. Let us know about your issues.
Mm-hmm. Because I think we skipped last week, I got to read a lot. I got to actually read a lot of comics. And I read Absolute Green Lantern, and I think I still haven't talked about it. But that's just one more book from the Absolute line in DC that takes everything that you know about the character, or characters in this case, and turns it upside down. It's very good. It takes the book has actually 4 Green Lanterns, like 4 known Green Lanterns. It's a guy, Hal, John, and Joe Mullen. So my favorite Green Lantern is in there. It's Joe. But the point is that none of them, obviously, they're getting the origin stories rewritten. They're getting different powers. They're getting like different things happen to them because of what kind of people they are and because how they behave and what they do. So yeah, it's pretty fun. It's exciting. It's interesting, and it's I think that in the beginning they did point out that they were trying to redefine what being a Green Lantern is, and they're doing just that with this story. It's so an alien comes to Earth, something starts happening, and these heroes get these different powers. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Won't spoil anything. But it has very good art. Unfortunately, I forgot who the artist is, but it's nice. And what I loved about this book the most is that right away it does throw in some personal dramas and personal stories and connections between the characters, so they all kind of in the mix together. They know each other, and that's what that makes it personal. It makes it easier to relate to. This second thing that I read, I actually finally got back to reading Moon Knight, to reading through his whole history. And I started with Bendis's run, which is one of the good runs, one of the people's favorite runs, I think. At least that's what I keep hearing. But not the best one though. But what I do know is that Bendis is pretty good with this type of hero. He wrote Daredevil, and it was a great run. He wrote X-Men, that's a little different, but still brought some interesting stories that, again, people have different feelings about, but I personally like. What he does is he brings Moon Knight to Los Angeles, which is, again, not the first thing and not the new thing to do, because at some point everybody travels to West Coast and starts doing stuff there. But he does give him a day job, which is he's making movies. Ridiculous for a superhero, but like Moon Knight is never he's never been known as someone who has a good way to keep his name out. Like he knows how to keep his secret identity secret. No, it's not secret. Everybody knows that. At some point, they point out that you have like the worst kept secret identity. So yeah. That's what he's doing. He's making movies and he's basing them on his own history as a mercenary, which is an even worse idea if you think about it. And that he's actually, I think he's making a show, and the show fails obviously because it's ridiculous and bizarre and has werewolves for some reason. A show about a mercenary, but that's what really happened to him, so he has a right to tell his tale, I guess. And then Bendis put him against Count Nefario, who is a pretty powerful villain, and he's like an Avengers level threat, and he gets an Ultron head. So that's pretty scary, and his daughter is involved. That's even scarier, and Moon Knight has to deal with that. And he doesn't really have any backup, even though he's like a former Avenger and he's in touch with them, but he doesn't have any backup except for his imaginary Avengers, like imaginary friends. There's Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Captain America. I think that's it. I'm not sure that Iron Man is there. Well, nice. Anyway, yeah, they're speaking in his ear. They're giving him advice, or at least that's what he believes. And then I think my favorite part in this run, of course, is him meeting Echo. They team up, and yeah, that doesn't end well, but they team up, and he's like drooling all over her. So that's the kind of person he is. So the next run, this run is very good. I recommend it to everyone who likes Moon Knight, who wants to know and read about Moon Knight. I think it's the second run since the first one, the original, that I really liked and really enjoyed. And this is the first one that actually deals with his insanity and his issues. The next one is Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight run, and this one is, I think, a lot of people's favorite, and this is the run that inspired the show that we all watched. Visually and narratively in many ways, it's finally taking the idea and dealing with it, like the points this Jake Lockley and Stephen Grant as separate personalities of Mark Spector, and kind of rewrites his backstory, and again bringing up some stuff from his past that we previously did not read about, or at least I didn't. Then what Lemire does is he plays with Egyptian pantheon, which is a good idea always. If you bring up Khonshu, why not bring up everyone else? Kind of makes sense. And then again, we see these the same things, the same stories play out in the show. He brings back the supporting cast that Moon Knight has since the beginning, because some writers decided to ditch them, these characters, and some writers, like Lemire in this case, he brought them back, and that was a good idea because they all are connected each to each one of the personas that Moon Knight has. So they kind of like keep him grounded and ungrounded at the same time. And then the mental hospital, that whole thing, that whole sequence that again we saw in the show, that comes from this run too.
Okay.
And it's beautifully written. It's very, very well delivered, and the art is very beautiful. The last run up to date, because right now I'm reading Jed McKay's run, but the run before this is Bemis's run. It's Max Bemis, a Moon Knight run, and this one, well, this one was unnecessary in my opinion, because it's very weird. And you know that Moon Knight comics are supposed to be weird, but this one is just it's not good. It's not serving the character well. It's kind of a step back in terms of like his development and the stories that are happening. It brings some new big bads, Sun King and the Truth, which they're both interesting characters, especially Sun King. He's kind of an avatar of Ra, and he has fire powers, can burn shit up, but they don't really like this. Bemis doesn't really know what to do with this character.
Right.
They are interesting in theory, but the story that they get, it's not that great. And then we deal with like some kind of sadistic society with a Nazi leader and the collective that is trying to absorb everyone and for the feeling of community. It's just weird. It's weird, and it tries to be political, but it does not work well. It doesn't feel like it had any idea at all behind it. So we kind of in this run revisiting Mark's childhood and the origin of his DID, but again, it's underdeveloped, I would say. And the worst possible idea that came from this run is trying to make Moon Knight a family man, and like trying to bring him back to Marlene, giving him a daughter, and then saying that, Jake's been taking care of her for all these years. This was a very bizarre turn of events that does not serve the character of Mark Spector or like any of his personas, and it definitely does not serve the character of Marlene because, well, she's suffered enough, I think. Just write her out. Or kill her off. I mean, just, anything. So far in Jed McKay's run, I have not seen anyone reference that at all, so I'm just hoping that they're gonna pretend that this never happened, because we do that, and we have a long history of pretending things didn't happen. So yeah, I hope that's where this Moon Knight's daughter is gonna go. Nobody needs that. But these are all the comics. I have not read anything new, despite like being very excited about Fantastic Four. The new Fantastic Four issue, because it has like some kind of a connection to Marvel Rivals. Very excited about that.
Nice.
But that's it for now.
Nice. Well, those sound fun except for that last one, but
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of Moon Knight.
I do really recommend all three of them, and the fourth one I recommend just to ignore.
Okay.
Not worth it.
I hear that. Moon Knight's actually a really cool character. I do wish he would come back to the MCU. Probably won't. But
oh yeah, he probably won't. And the whole conversation about like how people wanted to see Moon Knight team up with Werewolf by Night and then with Blade, and all of that would be so awesome, especially since we know that like Marvel has a Blade in mind, and they have they have Jack Russell, and they have perfect Mark Spector, and they just can't.
no, they're too busy.
Fumbling it out. I don't know.
Yeah, they're too busy retreading the the phase 3 of the MCU. They're too busy with that to put any new stuff in. So, all right, well, sounds good. You guys go check out some comics, and let Polly know if you're reading similar things, or just like shoot the breeze with her. She likes comics. I like comics too, but you won't catch me reading them too often.
But you know what nobody likes?
What?
Reed Richards.
Hey, I haven't seen anybody say yay Reed in a while, so hey.
I have. They always up in my comments, like, whenever I post how much I hate Reed, they all show up. They're like, "Oh, why do you hate Reed? Reed is the man."
It's just him on. It's just him on Ghost accounts.
Yeah.
Oh, I skipped too far. Anyway, well, so let's talk about our first bit of news, and I skipped ahead on way too fast on that. All right, let's shout out a Blerd that's online. BlerdWithoutFear, the YouTube channel on Threads. A guy that knows his comics, really knows his comics, like for real. He's got a weekly live stream and everything, talking about it, reviews comics, but also makes comics, which is look, I love that. I love to hear that we're out there making stuff. We can talk about it all day, but making something is a different deal. So, but Ernie, he announced that he has a comic coming. In fact, it's coming on the 10th of this month, which is, I believe, in about 6 days from now. And it's called
and he's drawing he's drawing it himself.
Which
is mind blowing.
It's called Heart of Darkness. And look, I was looking at, he had a couple preview pages. Looks good. And here's the other thing. I believe it's going to be free to read. It's on Global Comics. That being said, I do plan to donate to it, because I mean the man put in real time on this. Apparently it's 6 years of working on this to get it to where it is. I do, like I said, I do plan to donate to him. So just shoot him a little money. Why not? I just wanted to put this out here because we gotta support people in the community and people just making things.
Especially people making things.
Yeah, we
without AI.
Without AI, oh yeah. Well, we like the big two and everything like that. Hell, some other independent things, but this is a truly independent comic by someone that's a labor of love, and I just want us to make sure that we're showing love. So, Polly, how you read the previews and everything?
I have not read the previews. I'm already sold on that. So why read a preview when I'm gonna get a chance to read the whole thing? I hope I get a chance to support it however I can. Great. Yeah. I'm very excited for him, and especially like I said, I'm especially super impressed that it's drawn by him and written by him. Then that's just amazing.
Heck yeah. The last time I tried to write and draw a comic,
it looks great.
Yeah, last time I tried to write and draw a comic, I was like in middle school and it was bad. So,
oh yeah, no, yeah. So, I was in middle school and it wasn't that bad. It was better than Liefeld, but still not up to standards. It was much better than Liefeld.
I want to take a brief detour. I saw about Liefeld. I saw a Deadpool figure that's based on that New Mutants cover. You know the New Mutants cover?
It is so ugly.
And I was like, y'all really tried to make it look like that, except the feet don't look like horse hooves. So I'll give you that.
It's leaning. I don't know how it's gonna stand because it's leaning like all Liefeld.
That poses.
They all leaning to one side, and that statue is leaning also. It's
got those stick legs. It's wild, but
I
saw that. Yeah.
Terrible.
Anyway, that's not related. Ernie, we're proud of you, bro. We're excited for you. We're gonna be reading day one. I even think if you want to, we can do a review of the issue. Just do like a quick, you and me, we read it. What do we think about it? Just a shout out. We got, like I said, we got to show love to people in the community that are doing things, that are making moves. So we're gonna be checking that out December 10th, and you guys check it out also, and we'll come back here and we'll talk about it. Our next bit of news is I just thought this was funny, and I'm sorry, I should have sent you this thumbnail. because it's funny to me. James Gunn debunks a Forbes article in real time. Because the Forbes came out and they're like, oh man, the the Supergirl movie, its budget is $200 million. So it's gonna have to make so and so much. You know how we are, talking about numbers. People talking about numbers they don't know shit about. So James Gunn went. The Forbes had the article. And he went right on the post and was like, no, this is not true at all. That's not even close to what it is.
That like what was that sources close to the family or like trust me bro?
Yeah.
Because it seems like
it's wild.
It's Forbes, it's supposed to be like at least half a reputable media. But no.
An insider said this is what it so you can't always trust those, but the man himself said nah. The thumbnail, by the way, is I think it's good, but I may be biased. It's Supergirl saying with a bubble saying, "Can I have 200 million?" And James Gunn, a picture of James Gunn in a corner saying no. Look, I worked so hard on that. I just liked it. Anyway, no, I love this. That's. Again, James Gunn. Look, not every studio head can do this. He's been online for a long time, and he's kind of like gotten the sweet spot of how to be online. And my favorite thing about it is he'll just stop crap like that in his tracks. Thank you. Stop stupid shit in its tracks before it becomes.
Honestly, yeah. I think that's the only way to deal with this shit right now, because rumors show up and you can't stop them unless you come out and say that no, this is not true. And the fact that he's not just has an account on Threads and stuff, but he's online and he checks these things, and he just that's enough for him to say that no, it's not true, and then people will spread it around.
Yeah.
There would be actual confirmation that no, actual statement that no, it's not true. That's a very clever move.
Yeah, and
Marvel should do that, but they won't.
Yeah, I think they like all the chatter. Any chatter is good chatter. I think James Gunn is just like, we're not going to be doing, because he knows what's going to happen. I mean, look, we're doing it right now. The other channels with bigger reach will sit there and make 30 minutes of content out of this thing, and they'll talk about they're doomed or they're not doomed or whatever. It's gonna be, and he's just like, no, it's not real. And I love that that's how he used, like, besides the fact that I love that he spends his time online. His days of fighting people online are basically over, and now he's just like, oh, this is something I really like, this is cool, here's some behind the scenes stuff. Here's some happy birthday to whoever I worked with this one time, and occasionally answering questions or, shouting out people, just being like, hey, good question or whatever. I don't think you could he's doing it better than an actual social media manager for DC in my opinion. And I'm sure he doesn't actually sit there and read. Somebody's probably looking at his feed and being like, hey, here's a thing you might care about. So either way, whoever's doing it, good job. Thank you, James Gunn, for shooting bullshit down. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep cooking. We're looking forward to the next DC thing. This is a fun thing. We were talking about Stranger Things earlier. Caleb McLaughlin, I love him as an actor. I think he's great. As one of the few chocolate chips in that sugar cookie that is Stranger Things, he stands out. He's one of the 4, and I think he's really great. I did not know. I guess just because I'm just not up on these things, but he's been acting for a long, like, since he's a kid, and I mean he's 20. He's like 21 now.
Well, he was a kid in Stranger Things.
Well, what I mean is he's been doing, like, people talking about he was doing Broadway as a kid, and I was like, what?
Oh,
my guy. So apparently Sadie Sink also, a bunch of these kids, they're well seasoned. But look, he's a great talent. He's been in a bunch of stuff since he was a kid. Besides doing plays, he's been in a bunch of things. Probably stuff most of y'all ain't seen. That's fine. Cause I mean, as a black actor, he does tend to like get cast into things about black people, mostly. But I really want to see him break out and do a lot of all sorts of things. I want him to have a Will Smith career.
White parts.
No, well, I mean, sure, but I mean. Sure, I would love for him to.
I sounded, as like many other black actors, he mostly sticks to black parts, and he mostly plays black people. Yeah. But I also like to see him, expand his horizons and play white people.
I would love for him to race swap and make the right people angry about the race swapping. That would be fun too.
That's such a good reward play with the right people.
Yeah, just like
perfect.
Anger the correct people, like especially in superhero things or if he got to be the lead character in a Star Wars thing, perfect. That said, he said his dream role for the MCU, or at least for Marvel, is Miles Morales, which I ain't gonna lie, is pretty good. I mean, would it be cool if an Afro-Latino actor would get it? Sure, I'd be down with that. Name one for me, but tell me one of them. I don't know the name of a Afro-Latino actor of that age.
Well, they obviously exist. They definitely exist. I think that as happy as I would be to see him like piss off all the right people, like you said. I'm gonna start using that. As happy as I would be, I think that this particular role should definitely go to someone who can highlight both sides of the character. Mm-hmm. Because that's very important. That's very important culturally. That's very important, like in general, and it's important to both communities because they both claim him, and they both want to see these things represented. And again, mixed characters with mixed race characters, they don't get a lot of representation in that sense.
I would know. I would be down. No, I understand what you're saying. I would be down with him, but also if they went with somebody else, I'd be cool with them. Who would he be otherwise? If we could get him in the MCU or even the DCU, but let's say, in the MCU or the DCU, he could be Static Shock. That's a no-brainer, easy call. Mm-hmm. But if he were in the MCU, he could. Who else could he be? Honestly, even though they had Oh Boy and Elijah Bradley. That's a good one, Patriot. If he's asked to be a black character, Patriot, they could recast him as Goliath. He's not big enough to be Luke Cage. I hate to say that, not big enough to be Luke Cage. Night Thrasher.
He could be Blade.
He could be Blade. He could be Night Thrasher. I think a Night Thrasher, why not? Right? And then there are many X-Men. Oh, you know what would be a good one if he could get the accent down? What's his name? How do you say it? I've never said his name. No. Yes, my guy. Because doesn't he have vibranium sigils or shit on him? I loved him. I loved him. What's his
superhero name?
I don't even remember. I just remember because he didn't need one. Your name is just for English speakers is exotic anyway, and that's pretty much the best.
Well, it's actually in Russian.
Well, I said for English speakers. So I was like,
but that's the thing. He has this mixed background, which
I love.
That I like the character.
Mm-hmm. But maybe it would be better instead of having Caleb, perhaps another, maybe a biracial person playing the character. I don't know it. What's a black Russian actor? I don't know. Look, I am ignorant.
I'm not an actor, but they exist. Actually, they exist.
Yeah, I'm ignorant, so
there aren't many black Russian people, but we do exist. Yeah,
I know. I'm talking to one. But like I said, I would love just to see Caleb do whatever he wants. If he gets in the MCU, hey, sky's the limit. I think so. But we'll keep an eye. He's just shooting his shot. So maybe after
Yeah.
Stranger Things is
Nothing
open,
wrong about that.
maybe Kevin Feige will be like, "What's up?" We'll see. We'll let you know if we find anything. Our next thing, I should have sent you this thumbnail. It's funny to me. I spent all of 5 minutes making this happen, but it was worth the time in my opinion. So the guy who's going to be playing Krim of the Yellow Hills, who is the bad guy of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, my guy's going to jail. He's going to prison or whatever counts as prison at where he's from. Because apparently
Where is he from?
I want to say, is he Dutch? Something like he might be Dutch. But he's going to jail for like 6 months, so he'll be out just in time for that press tour. Because he'll be out just in time. But my guy apparently loves driving drunk. He apparently loves driving under the influence because the dude has been convicted 11 times of this. In America, your ass is going. I mean, he's going to. They said he's going to prison for 6 months. You're gonna be in prison for like a few years, because you just don't. And they'll suspend your license permanently. Like, so he's got a year of a suspended. Like he can't drive for a year, and to get 6 months. Again, if he had done this in America, his ass would. They permanently revoke his license, and he'd have gone to prison for a few years. Like. At least he didn't hurt anybody. He's just like, that's good. But like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Let me describe the thumbnail so you'll know why it was worth the time. So it's Supergirl, like from the comic Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, looking to the left, and the guy's picture is behind bars, and she's saying, "Bruh."
Honestly, should have been the movie Supergirl.
Yeah.
It's her so well.
The girl, the one from the Supergirl, the '80s one, that would have been funny too. So anyway, oh my gosh, this isn't even I don't think it's a major blow to the story. It's just like, yeah, what are you doing?
No, I mean, with your life in general, I understand like there are major differences between this system of these penalties in America and in Europe, but I think that if you've been convicted 11 times, you're a menace.
Yeah.
you should not have a license, and apparently not having a license doesn't stop him either. So he should not be allowed near a vehicle, not even a bicycle. He should be just walking.
He shouldn't even be able to get on. He shouldn't even be able to take.
He should be walking around his jail cell and then thinking about his bad behavior, because that ain't right. No.
Well, you know what? If he is Dutch, now, and I'm not gonna take the time to look this up. Let's just say he's Dutch. Apparently, Dutch prisons are pretty nice. So maybe he's just gonna go hang out. Binge watch some stuff and chill because he's got money, so it's not like he's not gonna, he's gonna be destitute.
I mean, he's gonna need that money for a lawyer and paying all those fines that he's gonna get.
Yeah, it's weird. Like
he's gonna get a lot more of them if he doesn't,
and
fix his behavior.
I've seen this guy before, and something I can't remember.
In driving and screaming.
Yeah. Hey, look.
In a nightmare. In jail? In an accident?
Now, will this affect his career? No, it's not. Look, again, he didn't kill anybody. All right, and let me also just say that in terms of Hollywood bad behavior, this is minor as hell. Like, this is like Charlie Sheen did way worse things, right? Robert Downey Jr. did way worse things. Jonathan Majors, right? All these people. Hell, Will Smith slapped the hell out of somebody in front of the world. So this is relatively minor. It is not going to affect his career, like, at all. But this is bad timing. Like, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comes out next July. So he's going to be just barely just barely out of, like, he'll, about a month
He'd
before.
probably still be wearing his robe.
Yeah, before a month before press tour starts, he's gonna be out. So it's still bad timing. Just
He's gonna have to walk to the press tour.
Just hire your cousin to drive you around, man. Like, you can afford $50,000 a year, I think, to have somebody drive you wherever. So I thought that was funny. Ugh.
I mean, if he doesn't start, drinking and doing drugs with his driver, then maybe.
I mean, well, then at that point, if you can't trust your driver to do their job, what can you do? These are questions that oligarchs ask that I have no answer to. So, so also The Boys dropped its first posters for the new season. They still haven't even said when it's coming out. If you look at the posters, they're like coming soon. What the? There's 365 days in a year. Could you be a little more specific than soon? I mean, like, come on.
No. General proximity.
Coming eventually.
Within a year.
Yeah, eventually we
to
will.
a theater.
But
somewhere.
They did put these posters out. They're good. They totally don't look like AI made them. That's where are we at in the world where that's a legit, to me. Now, I'm not saying that these were made with AI. I'm sure they weren't. But
sure they were.
But they could have been. Like, I'm looking at these, I'm like,
to an extent, like, some percent.
Like, if you look at the one with Billy, and like I said, I'm not saying they actually were made with AI, but that's the way things are, where AI is, they just like copying the style of what they are, so you can't tell. And it's that being said, I don't think the one with Billy is that great. It's all right. It's too far away, and I get it. They're trying to show scale of what's about to happen, but it's just so far away that it's like he's kind of lost in it. But I do like the Homelander one, like doing the Superman, like looking over the Earth, and there's like what looks like a nuclear explosion or something happening on the surface. I mean, it's kind of conveying where this show is headed, and we know where it's headed. We just finished watching, Gen V. It's all fucked up, and everything's the worst. And also, they were sort of when they put the poster out, they were like, "Oh, some people, you'll be surprised. No one's safe. Some people are gonna die. We gotta raise the stakes and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I mean, have it." Like, if I'm being honest, there's no precious character for me in The Boys. I can't think of one where I'm just like, if y'all kill him, how dare you? I'll never forgive you. No,
kill everyone. I'm fine with that.
I mean, just make sure like the Deep gets like,
killed,
sashimi'd or some shit. Like, I don't know. If also, obviously, Homelander's got to die. That's a given. We know it's gonna happen. So let's not pretend like that's not where it's headed.
Fast forward to the last episode.
Yeah. But like, I'm trying to think. I really actually care more about people in the Gen V cast than I do in, because I've kind of accepted that, probably Frenchie and Kamiko are on the table. A-Train's definitely gonna die. Like, they're gonna kill the black guy immediately. Probably the new Black Noir. He's probably gonna die. They're gonna kill Ashley. Like, if Stan Edgar's on the table, like, everybody's on the table. Anybody could die. The only person that is safe is Huey. He's the only one that's safe, right? Everybody else is up for grabs. So, I'm excited. I like these posters. Can't wait for a trailer. So, we'll see. We'll let you guys know when we get that. You know what? Mommy and Daddy are fighting. They're sniping at each other right now. It sounded good. It sounded like it sounded good. Like, this was going to be a marriage, a match made in heaven, so as they say.
In hell.
Paramount really, really, really wants Warner Brothers.
By Mephisto.
Mephisto, he was even looking like it, like, y'all are doing
You're
too
all
much.
mad.
Well, Mephisto's like, y'all are doing entirely too much, like, chill. But yeah, Warner Brothers is up for sale, and Paramount really wants them, and they're feeling slighted right now. They're saying this is so unfair. How it's unfair how they're treat. They said they want everyone to come out and put in bids, but really they really want Netflix. It's so unfair. You can hear the whininess if you read the article. The fucking press. I know the press release from the Paramount press release accusing David Zaslav and Warner Bros. Discovery of favoring Netflix, and it sounds so fucking whiny. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like that guy that does nice things for a girl, and she's like, she's supposed to go out with me. You're supposed to, they're expecting. You get what I'm saying? It's that dude he's not really a nice guy. He's just doing nice guy things because he wants to have sex, and now he's whining because this girl that he's been pining over is looking at another guy. It is whiny bitch shit, and I'm just like, this is hilarious. I'm like, get more of my popcorn. This is hilarious, and I love it. The oligarchs are being catty with each other. And I've made no bones. Paramount's the worst choice. The absolute worst choice. Netflix is not a good choice, mind you. Comcast is not a good choice either. But Paramount's the worst choice. So fuck them. I just think it's hilarious that they're sounding like little whiny babies about this. They're, like I said, mommy and daddy are fighting. It's not even mommy and daddy, but it's some. Okay? It sounds like some incel shit. That's what I'm saying. That's what it sounds like to me.
Shocker. It's funny because if somebody else was like, if it was happening to somebody else, they would be the first ones to come out and say like, "This is business."
Yeah.
This is how these things happen. Grow up.
Yeah.
And now look at them.
Yeah.
Shocking.
But you know what? As the movie and the book says, maybe he's just really not into you. That's it.
Maybe it's you.
Yeah, it's not them, it's you. Like
it's not me, it's you.
It's not me, it's you. I don't like it, but this is funny to me because it kind of underscores that this, they're all oligarchs. They're all like big rich ass motherfuckers. But that don't mean there ain't some personal shit going on up there. That doesn't mean that like maybe there is, because they're basically accusing members of the board, not the board, of that are making the executive decision, that are looking at this deal, of maybe looking at some back end deals that's going to line their pockets. They're like, and so all of a sudden, they just did a merger that most definitely was bad for consumers. I don't even know if it was necessarily good for the shareholders, but fuck them, who cares? But they all of a sudden they're advocates for the Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders. They're like, this is really bad. They're not taking your interest in heart. Y'all don't give a fuck about that. Y'all could give a shit about that. You don't care. You're sitting up there trying to make it out like you're looking out for the shareholders. You don't care about that. That's not. You just want what you want, and you're just kind of trying to use whatever you can to make it happen.
It is like you said, insult culture, like on an extreme level.
Yeah, and I'm just like, why do we? These are the captains of industry that run our world. This is why our world sucks. I've said it before, time and time again. The worst thing about our world is our villains are the lamest motherfuckers in existence. They're so goddamn lame. we can't have Doctor Dooms. We can't have we don't get Red Skulls, and Red Skulls will be terrible. But at least there's Vision, right? We don't get Namor. We don't get we don't get
Namor is not evil.
Well, but he's villainous at times. We don't get Kangs. We don't get you know what I'm saying? At least these motherfuckers got villain and panache and style. No, we just get these guys sounding like, sounding like they're, what do you call it? The MGTOW dudes, men going their own way, the incel, when they're talking about this fucking merger. We need better villains. That's all I'm trying to say. If the world's got to suck, can at least suck in a way that's interesting, not in this bullshit way. Anyway, we'll see what's going on. None of these.
So Doctor Doom is not a villain.
Let's say the worst.
He's misunderstood.
Well, they call it the worst of all worlds. That's definitely what's going on. So, we'll see. We'll let you guys know. I'm assuming by the beginning of the year we'll find out which evil empire gets to absorb another evil empire. This was some news that kind of dropped I was at work and I was just checking my phone real quick and it was all over threads. Scarlett Johansson is in talks to be in the Batman 2. Those Marvel checks are very enticing. I ain't gonna lie. Scarlett Johansson made a lot of money thanks to Marvel. And of course, she helped Disney make a shit ton of money too. Right? She a lot of money. So, maybe she's just like, whoo, that DC sounds good right now too. I mean, I'm dead in the MCU, so I may as well go get some more of that comic book money. That comic book money is good. Or maybe she's just like Matt Reeves did some shit with the Batman 1 and he's doing some other cool shit. I need to be a part of this. Who knows?
I'm pretty sure it's about the money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, if it's not about the money, as we say here, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So there's two things. One, cool. I love Scarlett Johansson. I understand that people are just like, hey, she defends. She made a defense of Woody Allen. I ain't gonna touch that. I'm just not going to. I do like her as an actor. I've liked her as an actor for a really long time. I think she was great in the MCU. She obviously can act. Oh, also, she's excellent in Jojo Rabbit, by the way, if y'all didn't see that. She's a great actor. They would be lucky to have her. The Batman 2 be lucky to have her. And two, who the hell would she be? They said she's not going to be Poison Ivy. Which, again, why do y'all have to assume? Because she played a redhead in the MCU, she's going to play a redhead. Y'all, it's not racist, but it's really, really, it's
weird.
It's a ridiculous thing. It's the same as every time a black person shows up in a comic book thing, you're just you're going through Wikipedia trying to find every black superhero to see who they're going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. It's
oh my god, every black woman is, oh my god, it's the next Storm.
Yeah, every single black woman that is ever in anything.
Misty Knight don't exist. The other characters, again, so weird. Frenzy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, what's her Debris? They'll never make Debris a main character in an X-Men thing. I love her, but they're not gonna do it. So who could she be? Anyway, I think this is cool. I hope they close the deal. What do you think?
Fine with that. Didn't expect her to be back in superhero movies though. Kind of surprised. And I'm not even gonna try to guess who she could be. Anyone. Literally anyone.
She'll be Oracle.
Joker, whatever.
Because he got to build his Bat family. If she's Joker, please. Okay, you know what? I've decided that's who I want it to be, even though they already have a Joker in there. She'd better not be Harley Quinn. Nope. I don't want to see Harley Quinn.
No, I don't think so.
I don't want to see the Batman version of Harley Quinn. At least not yet. So dang, I'm trying to think. I mean, look, she could even gender bend. Like,
Kite Man.
remember, I'm a troll, so I'm all good with her gender bending anything, any character at all. Like they did with what was the animated one? The one that most recently came out where they made Penguin a woman. I love that.
Oh yeah, the Cape Crusader. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cape Crusader, and they even I loved it doubly because it pissed off the right people. So don't say so if they want to make people mad, have at it. Why not? I'm okay with it. Obviously Matt Reeves is leaning a lot more realistic, so it's unlikely that we'll get a fantastical character. That's why we're not going to get Poison Ivy. She's fantastical, right? But there are some more, grounded people.
Yeah, but I also think that it would be nice to see her play a villain.
Yeah, we don't often. Yeah, we generally speaking, I think she was a villain where she played an alien that was just like a sexy alien that was killing people. I wish I remember the name of the movie. So why not? If she's gonna play a villain, I mean, wouldn't it be great if she was Harvey Dent? Again, it would make people so mad, and I would,
don't even need to change the name.
I would love it. I would love it if she played a gender bent Harvey Dent or not. Who's another good one? I'm running. We already had Riddler, but not Catwoman. We already got a Catwoman with them, so she's not gonna be in. I'm sure she like Victor Zsasz. I mean,
oh, that would be cool.
Scarecrow.
I mean, I really want to see the Court of Owls, and I mean, she could be in that.
Yeah.
But that's kind of I mean, to me, this is a story that needs Nightwing too.
Right.
Because it's very like heavily tied to him. So I would much prefer if that was saved for like another time.
Well,
or not touched at all.
Well, how about what's I feel like they're not a Clock King. Well, you get what I'm saying. There's a rogues gallery. I mean, if she's gonna be a hero, or at least a person that works with Batman. I mean, Barbara Gordon's always on the table.
Alfred.
Oh, who?
Alfred.
We already have an Alfred. It can't be Alfred.
Well, he then disappeared and was replaced by aliens.
Well, I mean, like I said, there's she could be Huntress, honestly. So there.
Yeah.
Huntress
but isn't she? I mean, isn't she like? I thought she was like dark skinned.
Is she?
Not,
I mean,
not
she
too dark, but like
she's. Like I said, Oracle's on the table, definitely on the table. So who knows? That's the thing.
And isn't she like that would be weird because isn't she older than Batman or like?
I mean,
about
but
the
she
same age?
he could always play. She could be Jim Gordon's sister. So it's there. Look, there are other ways to play this. I'm just saying we don't know enough yet. The deal hasn't closed. There's all sorts of places that we could go with this. I think I just want it to happen, and I want to see what they're going to do with it. So we'll see in a few years.
Totally not Talia.
Yeah, this is one where I'm just like, look, at some point y'all have to acknowledge that actually the Owl Ghouls are not white. So
yeah,
can we
the last name kind of gives it out.
Yeah, can we we, and if we're gonna have a Damien, can we at least have
can we consider that he's also not white?
Yeah, that part. So well, we'll see. We're gonna keep an eye on this. We'll let you guys know if this goes down, and we'll talk about it then. Let's talk real quick about this one. I just wanted to talk this because it's holiday themed, and we all love Krypto, the super dog, aka a dog that should not have superpowers. You ever think about people like, oh, that person should not get superpowers because it would be terrible, right? What if that was a dog? Because
every day.
Oh my God, Krypto with superpowers. Look, the saving grace of Krypto is that he's just a dog, and this, you know, he's got very simple desires, and like he doesn't have nefarious plans. He doesn't have, you know, he's just like a, you know, he's a dog that's he wants what he wants, and then, you know, he gets appropriately embarrassed or, you know, feels bad when he fucks stuff up, which seems to be the theme of these Krypto Saves the Day. It should be called Krypto Saves the Day from the shit that he already did, because he's just messing stuff up left, right, and center. Like I said, he doesn't need superpowers, but here we are. This is one where he really wants a package that the mailman has, and then harasses the hell out of him and proceeds to like tear up Gotham. Not Gotham. I want to say Gotham. Metropolis. Yeah. He proceeds to mess things up. And look, these are for kids, so it's a bunch of kid focused stuff. That doesn't bother me. I thought this was a really good short. I thought it was a really, you know, they don't talk. It's a really good short. Krypto's being the dog that we saw in the movie. Right? But he makes good at the end. Yeah, he makes good at the end. It's a fun little thing. I like that they're making these things. And we missed some. Apparently there was a Halloween one. I didn't even realize it existed. So we've got to go back and watch that. That said,
I did not know, like, before today, I did not know that DC Kids was his theme.
Yeah, you know, we're grown-ups, so we don't, you know.
Well, there's a whole channel, but this is exactly the kind of stuff that I like to watch sometimes, you know, when you're tired, when you need to unwind, and you just want to watch something that doesn't make you think too hard.
Exactly. I love the animation, too. I think Krypto's super expressive. But it's also in the, and you can even hear in the Foley, you know, the way the Foley artist did some of the sound effects. It's a throwback to like Tom and Jerry, right? It's a throwback to like those Looney Tunes as things. The gags are pretty much that. It's just, you know, Krypto can fly and he's got laser vision, and you know he really, really wants that package. And of course, it's the time-honored dog versus mailman thing. Like, it all makes sense. It's very simple, very you know, it's very well put together. You know, like I said, good animation, good you know, sound effects and everything, and it ends in a nice way. This is the stuff we need. I said this about Bat Fam, which I know you haven't watched yet. It's fine. But a lot of people, that's the sort of thing we need. We need these kinds of superhero properties, because that's the way in for kids, right? Like, Krypto, whatever you want to say, he's one of the best things they did in Superman, because that's the way in for kids. Like, because Superman is a kind of a dark movie. You can take a kid to it. It's kind of dark, but having Krypto there as kind of like an anchor for younger audiences, and then they'll want to watch more superhero stuff, and then we'll grow the freaking audience, which is what we need to do. So this is very smart to me. Make stuff like this, very quick thing that the kids can get into. They can understand. It doesn't, no words. They don't need words to understand what's happening. And then they'll be like, I want a Krypto plushie or toy, or I want some Superman stuff. Can I see a comic book? You know what I'm saying? We need this. If anything, I feel like the comic book industry has forgotten that kids are the future, and they need to be the ones that we need to appeal to. And I'll even say this: if it wasn't for the MCU, where are we at comics wise in terms of people liking superheroes? Where are we at? Because the MCU ushered in a ton of kids wanting to watch superhero things, and we need a constant not conduit for that, so that it's not just us, you know, getting old and buying the toys and watching the stuff.
To be fair, DC is doing a lot in this. Marvel's doing less, but they started like releasing more kid-friendly comics and like Marvel Pets and stuff like that. Jeff the Land Shark.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be cool if they did like, I don't know, something more animated stuff. That would be fun.
It would be great if they brought back Movement Girl and Devil Dinosaur, because I'm still mad about that. But either way, something like, and in fact, I would be down with them doing stuff like this is way off topic. They should do a Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes kids show. Because first of all, it's explicit. Like the comic itself, especially the Silver Age version, is explicitly about basically 9 to 12-year-olds getting them, like, appealing to them. Legion of Superheroes is specifically for them. They should just do that.
Porpa.
My daughter would jump over the moon if they made a Power Pack cartoon. I'm not even kidding.
Also, like Future Foundation, that's the kind of stuff that could also.
Well, we know I think they're talking about making Strange Academy. I think that's going to be animated.
And that's a good idea.
It might be.
Although
animated.
I personally would prefer if it was like Buffy kind of show.
I think they can't really afford it because of the VFX. But if they made it in the style of Friendly Neighborhood,
Buffy's VFX were like cheap in season 1. They were cheap.
Well, Marvel Studios they're not gonna cheap out on it. But if they did it in a style of like a Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, they already got Nico there. I'm just saying. But anyway, you guys check out this short. I think it's worthwhile, and check out the other shorts for Krypto. That takes us to our final bit of news for the week. That is Marvel Cosmic Invasion dropped on December 1st. I was skeptical about it actually coming out because I couldn't pre-order it. I don't remember last time. Say it again.
You were skeptical about it?
Well,
you were excited about this game for weeks.
No, I wasn't skeptical about the game. I was skeptical about it making its release date. I don't remember last time I saw a game I couldn't pre-order on Steam. But they said, oh, for sure it's coming out this day. Okay, cool. I played the demo more than a little bit. And it came out when it was supposed to on December 1st, so I did buy it. Now, have I played it and beat it yet? No. I played it some, but I have not.
Does it have a story? Like,
it does have a story, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a story, so there's 2 modes there. So you get the story mode, the campaign mode as they call it, and then arcade. An arcade is just like if you go to an arcade. By the way, kids, if you're watching and you're under a certain age, an arcade is when before people had consoles regularly, they would just go to a place, usually in the mall, get some quarters and put them into machines and play them. Like, imagine going to Chuck E. Cheese, and that's the only place you can play video games if you're American. Anyway, the point is, you can play arcade mode. It's just you play through all the stages, or the campaign mode. You level up your characters. They get buffs and whatever. You can unlock. If you do certain things, you can unlock. Current in-game currency. Yet that you don't have to buy. There's no DLC. They might have DLC later, but there's no pay to win or pay to play stuff. It's just you play, you unlock things, you get in-game currency, so you can get like different colors and outfits and blah blah blah. I haven't gotten that far yet, but it starts off. It's a 15 character roster. It starts off with 11 of them, and then you have to work through the story mode to unlock the other ones. It's a pretty cool roster. I think I've said it before, but Storm to you got T'Challa, Cap, Spider-Man, Rocket Raccoon, She-Hulk, Nova, Wolverine. Eventually you get Venom and Jean Grey, and I'm missing one. Oh, Beta Ray Bill's in it. He's actually really good. They don't have Thor, so you got to have Beta Ray Bill. So it's got a really cool roster. It's basic controls, but each of the characters have kind of like a unique way of doing some things. Some people have not everyone has a dive kick, not everyone has an uppercut launcher. They all have unique specials. It's a tag game, so you pick 2 characters and you can tag in at will. It makes for really interesting combat and combos. you could trying to find the two characters you like to play with that you can like start tagging. Because when you tag in, you can just switch characters, or you can tag them in with offensively or defensively or doing special moves. It's if you play fighting games or tag fighters, it's a little bit of that, but with a beat 'em up. All around, it's a fun game. Like I haven't gone deeply into it. It can be very challenging. I think I told you when I talked about the demo, I could tell that there is going to be a difficulty level that is really going to kick your ass. And I'm right. I haven't played.
And that was the demo.
Yeah. Well, the demo was just regular difficulty, but
that wasn't hard. Oh,
no,
okay.
but apparently there's ways to make it harder. Like you can, when you beat the game and you start getting some modifiers to the arcade mode, you can actually play with the high difficulty. You can change the difficulty. The other thing is you can play with more enemies, like because it's meant to be a 4-player co-op, like at most. So you can play with people online. You can create a room and people all come in and you'll all play the game at the same time. But you can also play single player and then make the number of enemies equal to how many players, to 4 players. So it's possible to play hardest difficulty with the most enemies, and that's just like to challenge yourself as a player. And if you're the sort of person that you like being punished like that, it's cool. You can. The play mechanics are deep enough that you can actually become quite good at the game, because there's ways of comboing, there's ways of dodging, there's ways of like chaining together. You can juggle people. You can juggle people, and then picking the right combination of characters for your play style is like really important. And also, as you go stage to stage, you can play with different characters. So you don't always have to play with just the same 2 characters. I think and apparently there's a ton of stages. So between the amount of stages, the different difficulties, unlockables, try if you're 100%ing sort of person, there's plenty of that for you there. The online aspect of it, I think that, I paid, it's a $30 for a brand new game. And also it's crossplay, so you can play with people on other platforms. It's on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox, Xbox Series, the Xbox One or whatever the fuck it was, Switch, and PC. So you can crossplay with any of those people. So they're trying to make sure everybody who can play and wants to play will play it. So I don't know if you have a Switch. Do you have a Switch?
No.
You don't have any consoles?
No, I have a PC.
Oh, there. I think it's fun. It's a worthwhile game. It's a throwback. This is even a game that you could, if you have younger siblings or kids or whatever, you can put this in their hand and they can just mash buttons and make things happen. I think
I tried that. That's what I tried. That's what didn't work for me. I died a lot.
I think I like I said, I just need to play with you and see what's going on.
You're saying I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, probably. You're probably doing it wrong.
I'll have you know, I passed Nightmare 4 in Marvel Rivals.
It's
Marvel Zombies.
A bit different mechanics, but yeah.
I did drive off the bridge in the Need for Speed.
I saw that.
But, yeah.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion, and I hope they have DLC for this later. I will buy it. I think
it probably will.
Yeah, this is a good way to while away time. I love the throwbackness, if that's a word, of the game. I love, it's simple. It's a simple game to get into. One of the things that kind of holds me back on some video games is it takes hours to get into. Literally, you got to invest a couple hours to get into it, learn how to control the game, get past the tutorials, and get into the mission. And what I'm saying? And it's only a few hours in where you're comfortable with the game. This game, immediately. It's like very much even
For you.
yeah, for me.
But how long is it? Like
I wish I could
how
tell
many
you.
hours?
I wish I could tell you. It probably each stage so far. The few stages I've played like 4 stages. They've each been about 7, maybe 10 minutes total.
And how many stages are there?
I don't even know, but I imagine this is probably you can probably play through the campaign mode. I imagine it'll probably take you, 5 or 6 hours, maybe less than that. But
Oh, that's pretty short.
100%ing it though. This is meant for replayability, pick up and play and replayability. So it's 100%ing it, trying to up your difficulty, that sort of thing, will add more time to it. So I recommend you guys check it out, pick it up. It's on Steam if you want to play with me. My Steam ID is WWT capital MASK, and I'll be happy to play with you. So that being said, that's all of our news for this week. Yes, we are. It's a short. We do short episodes sometimes.
Well, it's not a superhero winter.
Yeah,
it's just a winter.
Yeah, but we're anticipating, more stuff at the beginning of the year. But that's okay. We had some good conversation today. So that being said, thanks for joining us. And if you want to contact us, you know what to do. Get down there and hit the comment section. Leave your thoughts there. Let us know if you want to. We didn't talk about something you want us to talk about. You want to troll us, or be cool and say something nice. That'd be dope. So do that. But of course, you can always hit us up. It's always going to be super_not_funny_show@gmail.com, blerd_force1 on Instagram and Threads, super_not_funny_show on TikTok. And while you're doing that, do me a favor, get down there, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow this channel, helps more people to see this podcast and all the other things we do on Blerd Force 1. And while you're doing that, you know what you got to do. Go and show some love to our good friend. Why can't I talk? Our good friend Polly. So Polly, where can they reach you on social media?
_mixed on Threads, on Tumblr, and on Instagram, and soon on Twitch. I promise. I'll get around.
I think I'm gonna have a Twitch before you. And
you know what? I already have an account.
The funny thing is, I do have a Twitch and I just don't use it.
It's same, yeah.
And I don't even get on Twitch. I have to be honest. I made it just because I'm old. I don't really kind of quite get sitting and watching people play video games. Unless it's a game.
I know it's fun sometimes.
Unless it's a game I know I'm not.
I even got into watching the Marvel Rivals Championships.
Mm-hmm.
Turned out pretty fun.
Well, see, I will watch competitive like Street Fighter or fighting games just because it's like watching sports to me. But like just watching somebody play through a single player game.
It's like watching football, except I actually can play this too.
Yeah.
Not as well, but
So I get it. But one day maybe I'll do that. So I think, what is this, episode 209 of the Supercast? My God, we're moving along. I do want to invite everyone to come and join us to Nerd and Chill tomorrow, or I guess it'll be today when you see this video, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be watching Hawkeye to celebrate the season, and because Hawkeye is dope. And I forgot to rewatch it last year for Christmas. I'm not going to make that mistake this year. We'll probably get through a few episodes, and maybe the week after that we'll do the rest of it. So you guys come and check it out. Earth's Mightiest Nerds Discord. You guys can go check the link. It's also, Joe Muscles in the Multiverse. He has a link to it also if you want to go, come join the Discord and shoot the breeze with us while we watch this. And if you don't mind being on camera, come join, get in the voice channel and show your face. It's all good. So that being said, thanks for joining us. And we'll be coming back next week talking about more superhero stuff around the holidays. So until then, I've been Mo, your comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by my good friend Polly. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.